Hello everyone, more new cards. It's new card time again. New cards arriving. New cards. New cards. New cards. Anyways, we're doing Majespecters. Majespecter support. Whoa! What Majespecter support? That's actually like really weird to see. Okay, so I think there was only 2 waves of Majespecters. Have they gotten anything since the original waves of support for Majespecters? I genuinely don't think they have. So let's take a look at what they got. Alright, is Kirin on his way home? Maybe. It's possible that Kirin's gonna be coming off the ban list, because of the Majespecter stuff coming off, but I don't know. He's certainly in this art, so maybe. I could see Kirin coming back. It's not that bad, like as far as like where the current meta game is at. It would be powerful for sure, but depending on how the support goes, it might make it so you want to actually play just Majespecters. Let's find out. Majespecter Porcupine. I like that the spines are the little tornadoes that the Majespecters make. It's like in one of the trap cards, I believe, where they do that. That's pretty cool. Only use the first and second monster effects this card's name once per turn. During the main phase, you control a Majespecter monster. Quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Quick effect. That's interesting. This card is normal or special summon. You can target one Majespecter spell in the grave and set it. Oh. Now that actually seems really good. That actually seems really good. So it's just a quick effect. You can do that during your opponent's turn, although it's only for spells. It doesn't work for traps. Yeah, it doesn't say it can be activated that turn, so if it was a quick play spell. I don't know if there is a quick play spell for Majespecters. I'm not actually super familiar with the Majespecter archetype, if I'm being honest. It's not one I've played a lot. I got into the game a little after Majespecters really had their time of the sun. I got out before and I got back in after, so don't really know a whole lot about Majespecter other than the Tanuki guy, Banboko, I believe is his name. Searches Kirin, and then Kirin is a bounce. Cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Cool. Oh, they got an Ixies. This should be interesting. Wind, Spellcaster. Oh, so it's got scales, so it's a scale 5. This is a scale 2. So that makes sense within the... It's like the same scale as Banboko, I believe. If that's the real name of that. Alright, so this is Majespecter Draco. So it's also a Draco Slayer, kinda. It doesn't have the name, so you can't, like, it doesn't interact with them name-wise, but it does have Draco Slayer right in this card text, so, Pendulum effect. If you have a Majespecter or Draco Slayer card in your other Pendulum Zone, you can add one Majespecter card from your deck to your hand, then you can destroy one card in your Pendulum Zone. Interesting. This gets you more search. Banboko already searches, this gets you another search. So, that's good. Although you have to, it's a rank 4, you can make a rank 4 pretty easy in the deck. There's lots of 4s in the deck, including the new guy. That's not bad, honestly. And it's specifically from the deck, so you can't get back from the extra deck. I was wondering, like, if this goes to the extra deck, could you get it back from the extra deck? No. The thing about doing Ixies, though, is that Ixies kind of fucks up the pendulum stuff, because your materials go, you know, to the grave. If you can pendulum summon level 4, you can pendulum summon this face-up card from your extra deck. Oh, you don't need. Okay, we're doing one of these. You don't need to worry about summoning this normally. You could just pendulum summon this card. Okay, all right, yeah. Then this is a good card already. Then, let's see if you only use the first effect once or up to twice per turn. If the monster is treated while this card is on the field, you can detach one material from this card, special summon one level 6 or lower wind spellcaster monster from your deck. Alright, so there are actually times where you can't pendulum summon the Kirin in the Majespecter deck. So this is like when you're tribute summoning Kirin. And you can detach a material from the card, special summon level 6 or lower wind spellcaster monster from the deck. But this wouldn't have any material if you pendulum summon it, so you would have to actually hard make this to activate that effect. I don't know what the target for that is. I don't know. If this card is monster zone destroyed by battle or card effect or attributed, you can place it in the Pendulum Zone. Okay. Or attributed. I don't know why we need to specify that. Whatever. Yeah, that one seems pretty good. This one seems like pretty dang good. It's just, well, okay, so you can Pendulum Summon it out, but then it doesn't really have a zone to go to, and it doesn't get its other effect. But you know, it is damage on board too, so, and it also lets you, oh, it has to be face up card first. Okay. So it's face up card in the extra deck. You can Pendulum Summon it out. Okay. So you can only do that after you've already used these, probably used these effects by summoning it properly first. Okay, I understand now. This is pretty good, I think. This one seems all right to me. This one seems like niche, pretty cool. This one seems like pretty dang good. What about this one? We got a link to. This is actually like really necessary for any pendulum deck. You got to have a link to with 2 arrows pointing down. 2 pendulum monsters, including a Majespecter monster. Oh, and also Porcupine helps us get the link to going. That's another thing Porcupine does. If this card is linked someone, you can activate this effect. You cannot switch one monster from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except for Majespecter and Draco Slayer monsters. It's interesting that it's still interacting with the Draco Slayers like that. And also add up to 2 face-up Majespecter pendulum monsters from your extra deck to your hand. Then you can add up to 2 Majespecter pendulum monsters with different names from each other from your deck to your extra deck face-up. Wow. Whoa. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, so it does lock you out of summoning anything from the extra deck except for Majespecter and Draco Slayer monsters. Granted, there are some Draco Slayer extra deck monsters that are worth summoning though. Like really worth summoning. And there's some good Majespecter cards. You get to add up to 2 face-up Majespecter cards, Pendulum Monster from your extra deck to your hand. So the 2 you use to make this guy, which is probably going to include Porcupine here. And then you get to add 2 Majespecter Pendulums with different names from each other from your deck to your extra deck face-up, meaning you can set up Kirin to summon. Wow. This seems like a really good card. I like the way this one's designed though, because it really limits the amount of stupid pendulum shit you can do, and really locks you, and literally locks you into doing like Majespecter things. You're playing Majespecter or True Draco, or not True Draco, Draco Slayer. Sorry, you're playing Majespecter and Draco Slayer at most. Like you're doing Majespecter things with this deck. Oh, here's a Majespecter quick play spell. I was literally talking earlier about a Majespecter quick play spell. Oh, that's the end of it. Majespecter Wind quick play spell. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. When you activate this card, you can also tribute 1 Wind Spellcaster monster. Special summon 1 Majespecter monster from your hand or grave, or if you tributed a monster at activation, you can special summon it from your deck instead. Yeah, I mean this seems all right. This allows you to, you know, summon one of the cards like Kirin that are like pretty good, or just get a Majespecter on field in order to activate the trap cards, because I believe the really powerful counter trap card requires you to have a Majespecter on field to activate. Yeah, these are really good, and you take this into in combination with the new Draco Slayer Pendulum cards, which are really good at making rank 4s, by the way. I think this is looking to be a really interesting way to play, because like the Draco Slayer cards are really missing like just a little bit of something, and the Majespecter might be what fills that gap, kind of. I could really see this working. This might be a good pendulum deck. It won't be because all you have to do is flip up Anti-Spell Fragrance or activate Shangri-Ira, and then the pendulum deck loses. Seems like a pretty massive design flaw. But then again, pendulums weren't designed around that. Yeah, sometimes I actually think we should bring back the pendulum zones, like the separate pendulum zones. But like they are a fucking mess in like when you're trying to like display everything. They're a fucking mess. But when it comes down to like the fact that like how cool is this deck? This deck is really cool, bringing back an old archetype with fresh mechanics and fresh cards that still use the old mechanics and without becoming this pendulum slurry that we keep interacting with. But you can't do anything with it because your pendulum zones are going to get locked, or you can't activate a spell because of anti-spell fragrance. Hell, I don't even think separate pendulum zones would actually help that. I don't know that would actually, it would have to be a rulings change to change that. I don't know why it's ruled that way in the first place. I feel like a pendulum scale should not count for that since you can't set it. Like if you can't set the card, it shouldn't have to be set first under the anti-spell fragrance rules, you know? I don't know. So as cool as this is, a pendulum deck can never be as strong as any other deck because it is instantly countered by decks that are also cards that are also good against other decks, and also like one of the fucking meta decks right now. You know, Kashtira hoses Pendulum. If they know you're on Pendulum, they lock one of your zones and you're done. It's in archetype. I don't know. It's just like, why are we even bothering to print Pendulum cards? Why are we even bothering to print Pendulum cards if we are constantly going to be unable to play them because they're locked out of playability? Anti-spell fragrance kills a lot of decks, but it kills Pendulum the most. Sky Striker can set their spells. Pendulum can't do shit. This is like, I didn't realize how much this would frustrate me when I started talking about it. I was like, oh, Draco Slayer, Majespecter stuff. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. And then I thought about it. It's like, why are we printing Valmonica? Why are we printing Nemlaria? Why are we printing Majespecter? Why are we printing Draco Slayer? Why are we printing any of these Pendulum cards when we have effectively made it impossible for a Pendulum deck to ever hit the top tier again? What's the point? We're going to have to either change rulings or change the pendulum scales or ban cards. And really, realistically, it's going to have to be two of those three because one of them will not do it on its own. Although, I guess banning cards would. You ban Shangri-Ira, you ban Anti-Spell Fragrance, you ban any other thing that stops Pendulum from being playable, and then they can play. But I think we should ban Floodgates anyways, so maybe that is the solution. I just don't get it. I just don't... It's like Konami's working so hard to make a cool Pendulum deck that is not just the same thing we've been having for the past, 5 years or so. Where you just spit out a combo board that is a unstoppable generic combo that plays the same, 40 cards, except, oh, we swapped out 2 of these cards for a Sulfachord card. Ooh. Now it's a different deck. It's a different deck now because it has 2 Sulfachords in it. Wow. And they're doing so much work to stop that by creating really cool Pendulum archetypes that don't really play in the same way, like Valmonica or Nemlaria, or like creating Pendulum cards that work on a different axis while still being the same Pendulum strategy you might know and love, like these new Majespecter cards. The way they lock you out of the extra decks in particular, I think, really helps to solidify that. And then it's just nothing. It's just nothing. It's just nothing. To what end? We're just sitting here wasting our time, and I'm sitting here wasting your time. So I'm going to stop ranting, and I'm going to let you get on your way. But let me know what you think about the Majespecter cards. Let me know what you think about Konami's terrible design decisions that have led to the current state of Pendulum and the TCG as a whole. I'll see you next time. Jesus Christ. Hey there, thanks for watching another video. Why don't you give it a like, share it around, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications. You know, the YouTube stuff. You can also follow me on Twitch and Twitter for more content. I got content plenty for ya. You can also support the channel by giving me money. You have a Patreon. If you join the Patreon, you can show up in the credits over here. I would really appreciate that. You can also use my TCG Player affiliate link to get any singles, sealed product, or accessories that you want, all to start supporting the channel at the same time. That's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful rest of whatever time it is for you. Bye now!